Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 3 picks for Tier 8 vehicles just to have fun in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, I want to point out 2 things before we actually get into the gameplay. First of all, this is not an opinionated video. I'm not stating that any of these are the best Tier 8s, because they're not. None of these are the best Tier 8s in the game. You can find a premium that'll beat almost every one of these. But I do think, personally, that these are some of the most enjoyable tanks for me to drive in the game, and that's why I picked them for today's video. The second thing I want to say is that these are specifically tech tree vehicles I have picked. I could have very easily made a video showcasing top 3 vehicles in Tier 8, and all 3 of them would have been premiums, because all 3 of them are premiums if I include premiums and collectors. But I don't think that's fair for everybody, because not everybody wants to drop hundreds of dollars on this game to have fun. So why not review some of the tech tree vehicles? And I gotta be honest, the Charioteer is such a fun vehicle to play, and that is why it makes it into my 3rd place pick, or not my 3rd place, just one of my picks in the list here. This is my Tank Destroyer pick. There's a lot of fun TDs out there. As many of you know, I love the WZ-111-1 GFT, which has got 460 alpha, great armor, even decent mobility and gun depression, but the Charioteer is a whole different breed of tank destroyer. First of all, it's fast. As you can see here, we're going upwards of 50 kilometers per hour. But not only that, this vehicle carries a very weird gun. It carries a 350 alpha, which is very low for a tank destroyer, but at the same time, it has 440 HE damage with over 200 millimeters of pen. So it's a very, very unique vehicle where you're trading basically penetration for alpha. We've seen that before at the SU-100Y and a lot of other tanks in the game, but it's just a very, very cool feature. So we got the Helsing over here. We are obviously going to aim in on this Helsing, and boom! Unfortunately, you can see where Hesh obviously has its downsides, and that was one of them right there. We just were not able to penetrate our Hesh shell. Now, it doesn't seem like anybody is off to our... Oh, I lied. We do got an AMX CDA off to our side, which I'm going to aim in a Hesh shell into, and there you go. 447 damage right into his tank. We got a couple more seconds left on our reload, so let's do that right now. 3, 2, 1, and fire. Oh, another 440 damage tap into that AMX CDA, and that is just a beautiful example of where the Hesh on this tank is so nasty. So let's, well, I was hoping that that player was still there in the CDA, but it seems like that player has moved. I'm hoping that we don't get shot by him, which it appears we're not going to be, which means what I'm going to try and deal with is the Helsing. Now, this player is smart enough to shoot through obstacles, but, well, I mean, that's 451 damage right there. And even if this player does kill us, which I actually think the Helsing does have more DPM than us, as you can see, takes off 420, it doesn't make a difference, because we still get the last laugh and finish him off. So already, we're doing pretty sweet this game. We've done a lot of damage. We got the AMX, it appears, off to the side, but he is covered behind a rock, it appears, so I can't get a shell into the AMX. We got the T-29 in mid, which is the main player that I'm going to try and head towards right now. This T-29 heads towards my teammate, and we get a nice shell in for 410 damage. Let's reload again. Maybe we can get another nice shell out, but obviously I don't want to put myself in the crosshairs here. So let's go. Oh, a 550 max roll into that poor T-29. And with that, my T-25 AT actually does a pretty decent job and finishes off another enemy tank. Beautiful shell into the enemy object 252 for 350 damage, just breaking us over the 3,000 damage barrier this game, which is actually quite a bit when you think about it. So all that we got left is a Tiger 1, who I'm just going to fire a... I was going to say fire a Hesh shell at, but unfortunately, it seems like we were not actually able to get that shell out. Got the AMX. Oh, and there's the Tiger. Let's actually connect the Hesh shell that time. There you go. Very easy penetration. We got the ISU looking like he's trying to pop off towards the rear of my teammate, but more specifically, I want to aim in on that 252 and bounce him. That's really, really, really unfortunate, because I really... Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, thank you. I'll be sitting here if you need me. Our T-25 AT is actually doing a decent job staying alive, which is good. And we still got a full health WZ-111, who just got a bounce, which means, gun, work, you poob. We got 5 more seconds left on our reload, which is fine. The main perpetrator I am most worried about at this moment is specifically the 252. Obviously, that AMX is a threat, but we were able to get a very easy shell into the AMX, bringing him down to a 1-shot. So again, we are in a pretty solid situation here. This AMX really can't do much, and, well, I was going to shoot a shell into that. Oh, man. Well, this is not good. Our team has taken a very, very easy situation and turned it into a very, very not easy situation. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it because I don't really have much of a choice elsewhere. So we're going to go full speed after this AMX. Here we go. Hopefully I'm not spotted. I am, of course. Speed and fire. Yes, okay, beautiful shell into the enemy AMX. What that means is all that's left is the enemy object 2-5 to you, which is a big threat. And we're going to see if this guy pokes it right here. Come on, go for it. You know you want to, bro. Oh, yes, yes! There you have it. So, this was a beautiful game to showcase all of the strengths the Charioteer has and some of the weaknesses. The gun is just amazing. The ability to have that hesh and just badonker the enemy with it is great. I mean, we did 3864 damage. This was a pretty dang good battle to really showcase everything. And look at that. We did we did just about 3 times more than our next highest damage on the team. The Charioteer has the mobility and the alpha plus the DPM with that hesh to do really good things. And it also has super speed boost. I've just always really enjoyed this vehicle. And statistically, you can see as well today, while playing in the tank for a couple battles, I've been averaging for the 4 games over 3,000 damage. So it's not like this is a one-off wonder. It's just been a really enjoyable tank in general to play. So let's drag that back, and now let's move on to the AMX 1390. Now, I've not played this tank yet today, but I can say that every time I do play it, it's just so enjoyable. The 1390 is kind of similar to the Charioteer, in that it has a really big punch, it's incredibly mobile, and it's got kind of a tank destroyer-like playstyle. 1390 stores 3 225 damage shells, which means in total, you can deal 675 damage in a clip. It has some really good strengths going for it, like super high premium pen, over 250 millimeters, which is actually enough to cut through even like an E75's lower plate. That's really good. Light tanks normally do not get great penetration. I mean, look at the T49. Look at the, the FE301's not really light, so I'm not gonna really put that one in there. But most times, light tanks sacrifice a bit of their pen, but this tank doesn't. It's got plenty. I can't really name any other tier 8s that just have an easy chance of cutting through an E75 as it is. So what do we have against us? Well, speak of the devil, an E75. Probably going to eat my own words when I'm not able to pen the lower plate. We got a Cent 7-1. Okay, so they got 2 tier 9s. Apart from that, we've got a couple tier 8s, and some of them are really deadly, like the Defender Mark 1, so we'll see what we can do here. Now, in the latest update, or should I say in update 9.1, Wargaming gave the whole bat chat line from tier 7 and up the shell reload boost consumable, which means that this vehicle has a very, very fast intro clip. We got a pretty nice shot into that Centurion 7-1, and I'm going to back in the cover before we obviously get shot at. Just a free 200 damage, basically. Take it. I'm not going to complain. We got the VK45 in mid getting absolutely badonkered, but you know what? I feel zero sadness for him because that's his fault for putting the tank in that position. We got the Defender Mark 1 over here. There's 1 shell, 2 shells, and let's go for that 3rd shell. Boom. That is 600 hit points we just took off of his vehicle. Now, oh boy. Well, I'm trying to think of what to do here because we're obviously being tunneled by the Defender. I don't even understand what the plan is. Maybe tunnel Droodles, but congratulations, you did nothing. You died, and you didn't even get me stuck. That's the best part. So, good job. I don't know what else to say to you, buddy. Alright, so we got the Canonin. That's probably the player that shot me, as, yeah, I would take the very easy guess that was who shot me. Now, is this Canonin gonna poke again? Not too sure. Oh, I don't think he is, because he's being badonkered. We got the Centurion 7-1 off to the side. Another player I'm very, very cautious about. Ooh, and the E75. Okay, we're gonna play the smart. I'm gonna drive straight, because that gives the enemy team... Oh, no. Okay, that's better. That's much, much better. Okay, we're fine. We're alive. That's the good news. We got a couple more seconds left on our clip reload, 2 more seconds, and then maybe we can start getting some shells into that E75. There's 1 shell, 2 shells, and let's get that 3rd shell out as well. Load a premium shell just to make sure it connects as well. And yeah, we've dealt a pretty decent damage already of 1800, and again, this is just a light tank. I mean, if this was a medium or something like that, damage is very easy to come by in mediums. But now we're going to put on our shell reload boost. Oh, get a bounce on, but hey, you know what? We got a pen that didn't hit us, and there you go. Another 2 shots into that poor E75 at 350 damage. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuttering my words. What I meant to say is that we bounced 1 shell, then the E75 missed us, which meant we didn't die. Just a lot going on in this battle at this exact moment, obviously. Let's go for this Jagdtiger. There's one shell into his vehicle. Let's go for a tracking shot. Unfortunate. But, hey, we're up to 2,500 damage. You can see just where the AMX feels like such an enjoyable tank to drive. And we got the Centurion over here. Unfortunate that it did not end up hitting, or not penning the Centurion. But, hey, again, this is just where the AMX is such a small little munchkin of a vehicle that you can very easily hide this tank in cover, just like I've done here. And then say goodbye to the Centurion. There you go. Long live the Centurion. The enemy team has one vehicle left that I want to shoot at, which is the Jagdtiger. Well, actually, wait. They have an AT-15. I didn't even know that. Well, we're still going to head towards this Jagdtiger. This player is looking at me, which is obviously something I need to be cautious about. Let's get one shell into his tank. He missed me, which means we can go for one more. Up to 2,890 damage dealt in this battle. And there's still one vehicle left, being the AT-15A. Or just the AT-15. I'm not sure if we are going to be able to get any real damage into him, but we're going to try. Here we go. Let's aim in a shell on his side and fire. Oh, that shell went low, but now we can load premium for our final two. There's one. And let's just go for it. Ah, rip. But you know what? We did over 3,000 damage. Again, another 3,000 damage battle for our AMX 1390. And that's a pretty solid chunk, I would personally say. So there you go, 3,088. You can, again, just see where the mobility combined with that clip potential, now the shell reload boost consumable, make this such an enjoyable tank for me personally to drive. It's just such a fun vehicle. Even with that doofus Defender Mark 1 absolutely YOLOing me. Let me give him a thumbs up, you know, just to make him feel glad about himself. But even with that player possibly YOLOing me because of my name, that would be my guess, still a very easy win. So finally, over towards the heavy, we have the 53 TP. This vehicle is just amazing. There's not much else to say. It carries 8 degrees of gun depression. It has fantastic mobility and very good alpha. By the way, it also carries tungsten shells. It's got ridiculously strong turret armor, even a turret that an ISU struggles to pen. I can't really think of anything else to say because there isn't much else you can say about a heavy tank. We're on a map like Canyon, which is a great map for a vehicle like this tank because I'll just go straight to mid and work it hull down. So let's do that. Let's see just how well it works. As long as obviously the team works. The last 2 games we've had, the team has done a decent job, but I'd say that's... Well, the Charioteer game was not a decent job from our team. That was the Charioteer carrying. And honestly, I'd say for the 1390, that was also a bit more of the enemy team just being weird, our team not being great either. That was just a whole weird battle. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get a pretty decent team this game that we can just chill. So, what does the enemy team have? They got an AMX M4. Not a bad tank, but no real chance against this vehicle. Chieftain, another not bad tank, but again, in my opinion, doesn't stand much of a chance against this. Defender does. Defender's a good tank. VK100's a good tank. That one's got more alpha than me, so I do have to be cautious. Skoda T27, very deadly tank because of its 3-shell, very fast burst autoloader. And the AT-15A is another tank I obviously want to make sure I'm not caught out in the open, getting shot at by. So there's the AMX, and we're just going to get a very easy 399 tap into his vehicle. You'll notice that this gun is surprisingly accurate. You'll also notice that my 047 is surprisingly dumb. I don't know how he thought sitting there was a smart idea, but good job. Alright, so we know that this VK100's on a reload, so I'm just going to drive over and boom, 502 damage. That right there is a perfect example of where Tungsten just simply doesn't care. It just hits so hard. So at this situation, we do have the AT-15 over here. I'm going to aim in on that AT, but let's just go for it. Ah, rip. Oh well, but not too bad anyway. I mean, we're still in a pretty strong situation here. We've only lost 215 hit points, and yeah, we're completely hauled down basically against the entirety of the enemy team. That Chieftain can't do really anything to us. Neither can the Defender, but I'm going to aim it on that Defender and fire. Oh, low shot. When it comes to the accuracy of this vehicle, it's definitely something not to be loved. It's not a great gun on accuracy, but that's because it carries nice alpha. It's got everything else going for it. So, unfortunately, while accuracy may not be... Oh, wow. That guy just got yeeted and deleted. We got the Chieftain over here, and again, unfortunately, the accuracy just kind of letting me down. We also got the Defender over here, but the Defender doesn't really scare me too much because we can just drive towards this guy. This is just one of those battles where we're really stuck in a poor situation. Again, now we got a Skoda on my side. It's basically just every corner I poke, there's something new trying to go after me. But if we can just face hug this Defender, this player's going to have quite a hard time pinning us. Well, that works too. I'm actually going to do one more battle in the Skoda. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily like a bad game by any means, but the game just finished way too quick, you know? We weren't really able to hold mid, but we still did a pretty decent job. We did 1,600 damage so far. If we're able to get a connection into this enemy AT-15A, then we're going to be sitting upwards of actually a pretty decent chunk. So let's aim in. Oh, Skoda, hello! There you go. So we did 2,000 damage. Nothing bad. But maybe if we do one more battle, we'll be able to deal just a bit more. But I could also eat more than I chew and just absolutely suck in the next game. But overall, not bad, not bad. I will take a 2,000 damage battle. So, pretty good victory. Our team actually did their job, and yeah, everything went well. The enemy team made the biggest mistake. I don't even know what their team was doing. I'm going to be real. Their VK100 put himself in the worst position he could have. Not only did he go alone to mid, but he put a super heavy in mid. Yeah, I don't really know about that. Not only did that happen, but then the rest of their team went to side. I mean, side of the map is not bad, but it's also not necessarily good, because then you can just be absolutely farmed like our team took the advantage of. This is actually a pretty good map for the 53 TP. So as long as our team sticks together and does the right things, I think we can do pretty well. So what do we have? We got a 50-4E2 Shark, Type 68, and we as well got an AMX 5120. So I'm hoping that our heavies go towards heavy side. Yes. No. Cringe. You're all cringe. Oh, this is such a good map for heavy side, though. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push right up here. I'm going to get one free shell out, hopefully into an enemy heavy. Or at least spot them, you know, and then get the heck out of here. So that's my plan. There's the Emil 1. Weirdly enough, I don't see anybody going to this side of the map. I mean, they are here. We can see the Emil and the Chieftain. But I don't see anybody poking this corner. There you go. There's the Emil 2. And with that, can we pin the Emil 2's turret? No. Cringe. Okay, we're just gonna leave. Oh, what are you doing, Type 68? Well, you have fun there. I'm leaving. That's not a good spot. You guys took way too long to put yourselves in that position. Basically gave up this. Actually, yeah, this is just a flat, not good spot right now. Let's aim in on this standard B. And, oh, 629 tap. That's gotta hurt you, bro. That's gotta hurt you a lot. That right there is a perfect example of the gun just, you know, slapping everything off of an enemy. We got the Emil, and yeah, I mean, this is expected. Our team just has no clue what they're doing, because I don't know why my plan was just to leave. That was my whole plan, was just, you know, hold them off for a little bit and then leave, like I'm doing here, without bleeding any health. But our Type 68 and T28 defender had a lapse in judgment and thought that the smartest decision was to go back. Yay. These guys need the push over here, or we're in some serious scheisse. I mean, we're either way in serious poop, but we're in more serious poop if they don't get their butts moving. Now, we got a pretty nice shot into that player there, the Emil 2, and well, it looks like this Chieftain is going to be pooped on, and I'm going to help out with that. Oh, well, maybe not, but you know what? That's fine. Our team's actually not in an awful situation. Not completely awful. There's a nice shot into the 54E2 Shark, and I can kind of hold this position here, especially because you'll notice my hatch is on the good side. So I can just sit here, and well, I'm going to aim in on the Shark, make sure that he thinks I have a shell even though I don't. And, well, I can't really do anything to him, but I'm not going to worry about him because we got other players like the Emil 2 over here. And, well, can't do anything to the Emil 2 yet. That's a bit of a rip. And there went my Skoda, it appears. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, again, this is just a really, really, really tricky situation. Nice HE into the enemy Emil. I'll take that. That's a pretty nice slap. And, I mean, that guy probably didn't enjoy that all too much. But at the same time, our team is, yeah. And we got the Shark showing his hatch, which we were able to take advantage of. Not only take advantage of, but get a pretty nice max roll into him for 525. That's actually not a pretty nice max roll. That is a outstanding max roll. Now, we got the Emil over here, and it doesn't look like there's much I need to be worried about over towards this side of the map, so let's put on my tongues. What? There's no way this game just did that to me. There is no way. Oh, that could have making or breaking our battle. All right, reload again, reload again. We got a couple more seconds left. The Shark is going to try and back up, but I'm going to make sure that at least he's going to bleed some health. There you go. Nice 457 tap. Our Shark has not even moved a muscle this entire time. Yeah, welcome to Blitz. Well, this was a better game to showcase where the 53 TP is really, really solid. I mean, it can do a really good job. And there's the Emil. Just got the enemy Emil one right here. There you go. Nice shot into his tank. And now I'm going to turn over towards this side. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Nah, unfortunate. Oh, I'm the only one left. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I didn't realize that until just now. Well, we did pretty good. We did 3,500, so I can't complain. Unfortunately, we got one bounce on that shark, which could have helped us out a lot in the overall scheme of things. But that is obviously the downside. As I said, the gun is the real downside of this vehicle. But everything else is great. 3,500 damage. I mean, we were clearly not the reason why we lost that battle. Unfortunately, when your Type 68 and T-28 Defender just go to the wrong side of the map and sit there, then yeah. Well, either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.